going to give some people time to come in, okay, guys? You're going to hear a lot of noise and commotion behind me for the simple fact that I am in a public place, okay, guys? So, anyways, what I want to talk about is a few different things. I've had a couple people come to me and asking me not to stop my YouTube channel because they understand that a lot of the information that I bring forth, a lot of people don't see it on other channels, and they talk about, a lot of people have told me that they enjoy how I put the truth together and I bring in, I bring everything together, and then inside of it all, I still bring God in the picture. I still bring Christ into the picture. And that's something that I will always do. And I think I've made that pretty evident. Anyways, so one of the main reasons why I wanted to do this live was because on the video that I did where I was updating on several different things, I got a couple of comments about the George Floyd thing. I was not telling anyone that this was fact and this was true. I was telling people that these were things and theories that was floating around online, and that if you wanted to go and investigate it, that you could. And I was showing you the stuff that they had based on what they were saying, because I had a couple people bring it to my attention that it was out there. So I went and I looked, and so I figured out what they were saying and where they were going with it. So I just wanted to show everyone what they were saying, and that way people could recognize it and see if they believe and use their own discernment and see where things are going. I do believe we are in the latter days. We are almost there, guys. We're almost home. I mean, there are so many things that people are not understanding. They also said that, I seen something the other day that they had tested 45 people and 0 had the coronavirus infection. But with this protest, it said they're saying that a lot of protesters are wearing masks, and they're saying that that is a good thing. So there is that. We do not know if they're going to. I mean, guys, they've been telling us there's going to be a massive second wave either way. And right now what's going on is this massive protest. People, are not 6 feet apart. So, I mean, of course they're going to do that. Now, the whole thing with defunding the police, if you think that I do not come on here and tell you stuff and show you information unless I have found it in at least 3 or 4 more places, and I have researched articles and I've researched the documents, and I am pretty sure of myself, and using my discernment, I find out that they're true. And that is what they are doing right now. Several protesters and several governments, several people are calling for the defunding of the police. Now, what this is going to do is, certain people are speculating. What is people in Congress and stuff are saying, without the police, defunding the police, there's going to be higher murder rates, higher crime rates, kidnappings, things like that. But at the same time, they're not telling you what's going to happen if they defund the police, because when they defund the police, the UN is already coming as it is anyways. So the UN is coming in, the military's here, the National Guard is here. They're doing the door-to-door, and the technology video that I uploaded, I hope that y'all got to watch it, because the reason why I did it like I did it was because I wanted you to see that they are making it sound like it's this awesome things coming out, and that you will be able to live such a better life. It'll be so much easier on you. Like a lot of the stuff that they say and that they're showing is stuff to make your life easier. Now, a couple of things I did not show was the contacts that they put in the eyes that make your eyes where you can see at night. You can see an infrared, stuff like that. There's so many more things that I could look into and show y'all. But one of the main reasons I wanted to come live was because I wanted y'all to know that I said it just like this. I said, this is what is out there. I'm not saying it's true. I'm not saying that it's not true. I said, just go look into it and use your own discernment for it, because this is something that's floating around out there, and I want you to be aware of it. Because if you're on a search right now for the truth, with all the stuff that's going around out there, this is one of the main things that's going around, and I wanted to show it to you so you would know. Now, if you're wondering why I've been covering a couple of cases, it's because I've been following the Lori Vallows case. I followed the Madeleine McCann case. I followed the John Benet Ramsey case. There's a few that I have followed, and it seems like all of a sudden they're starting to find answers to all of them now. So, if any more things happen with that, if you don't like watching it whenever I do updates on crime videos like that, that's completely fine. Just don't watch it. But I like, updating people on those, because a lot of kidnappings and stuff is happening, and we can see it now in our world, prominent more than ever before. Parents killing their children, things happening to children getting kidnapped, kids getting trafficked into pedophile rings. There's so much going on right now that people are not even understanding, and it's all of the evilness and the wickedness of the world that is coming. And there is so much in the Bible that talks about this, and people need to hold strong and hold steadfast in their faith, because it's going to get worse. Now, as everyone starts to reopen, and they're getting ready to do a huge fallback on the reopening due to the protesting. The protesting also is offering them a way to use the curfews once again. Now, I know that a lot of people on here might not be I know it says that I don't have anyone in here. That's okay. But there's so much going on that I don't see how anyone can look at everything and literally think, oh, it's okay, it's nothing, it's just, the way of the world. I mean, they have made everything so easily, and they've made it the new normal. Like, if you watch anything nowadays, there has to be some type of a homosexual in it, and it has to be a boy and a boy and a girl and a girl. I mean, everything you watch, they have to put them in it now, just because they're trying to push it so hard. One of the main reasons I think that they're all for this is for the fact of the reproducing, and the only way they can is if they go through like Planned Parenthood. And in the technology video, it talks about, them gene editing and all of that, which we already know CRISPR is already doing that. So we have the CRISPR doing the gene editing, and we have all these other things going on. But people don't understand. There's so much out there. I mean, the self-driving cars are already there. Everything is there. Also, I've lost a lot of friends, which I only had a couple, which I've lost several of them. And whenever you come on YouTube, you may come across one or two really good friends. That's about it. The rest are on here to either get what you know and try to use your information. I'd start talking about the sword and our armor of God. The sword is the Bible, and I talked about, he talks about living by the sword, and you die by the sword. And it does mean to some people, to live by the sword is to die by the sword. which means you live by the sword, then you'll die by the sword, you'll die. But also at the same time, it could mean the sword, in our armor of God, the sword is the Bible. So if we live by the Bible, then we'll die by the Bible. With it, and a lot of people have heard me say that, and there's been a few people that have came out and made videos about that. That's completely fine. I don't care. But whenever people start doing that to you, then they start thinking they're better than you, and they don't want nothing to do with you. So, if you're on YouTube, if you just watch, you'll see a lot of times some of the people you watch, this stuff happens. And if you have a YouTube channel, if you haven't already went through this, you will go through this. A lot of people do. Some people go through it a lot worse than others, just depending on what groups you get with and what groups are around you. So please be careful. And I always pray for people who watch my content, and I pray that, God protects them, provides protection all around them and their families. And, when it comes time that we're all already awake. A lot of us are. And more have woken up than I figured would ever wake up. And that I am happy, about. They've talked about it in the news, about how many people have started to believe all of these theories, as they call them. And it's not conspiracy theories. They're the ones that's conspiring, and it's that they're conspiring theories. We're just calling out their conspiracies. And that is how it works. Just like, instead of calling it conspiracy planning in the documents, it's called scenario planning. There's a lot we can learn from all of these things. If you go through the Rockefeller documents, we are in the Lockstat place. That's right where we're at. Like I said, it says that we are in the year 2025 in the document. And by the way, guys, I don't know if anyone else has been doing this, but in our area, I hear at least 4 to 5 sirens a day. And that's not normal. Several sirens all the time, and it doesn't quit. I just wanted to come on here and talk to a couple of y'all. There's some things that I want to go over, but only whenever I can get y'all in here to talk with me. I guess a lot of people are busy today. It's probably not a good time to come live right now, so I'll try to come live again later, and we'll talk about a bunch of different things. And hopefully we can really get into talking about what really matters and get to the root of a lot of different things. If anyone has any questions, just let me know and I'll answer them tonight. Like I said, I probably won't be live till way later. I've got a lot of walking ahead of me. I've been walking since about 11:30, and I just now got to sit down. And then I've got to walk back. So it'll be later this evening because I'm extremely tired. But I'll be live later this evening, and I'll try to upload a couple of videos as I'm walking and stuff. But I will be live. If anyone's got any questions for me, just let me know, and ask them in the comments when I go live, and we'll talk about it. Or if you want to leave a comment on this live, then if it's something that you want to know a lot about, then I can look it up and we can talk about it in the live. Alright guys, God bless y'all, and I'll see y'all in a few hours. Love you.